este în permanentă schimbare. La Premier Energy privim cu încredere spre viitor, învățăm lucruri noi și evoluăm pentru a aduce bunăstare și confort acasă, la serviciu, în societate. Suntem mereu alături pentru a oferi energie bună și servicii de calitate celor peste 900.000 de consumatori de energie electrică. Ne axăm pe inovație, oferind suport și soluții la distanță. Pentru a proteja mediul înconjurător, circa 85.000 de clienți deja au ales să primească factura prin e-mail. Peste 183.000 de clienți petrec mai mult timp liber cu familia, alegând să achite online facturile, prin internet, la bancomat sau terminale. Și pentru că ne dorim să-ți folosești eficient timpul, îți sugerăm să închei contractul la distanță și îți oferim orice consultanță online. Muncim ca să-ți aducem energia de care ai nevoie pentru a-ți împlini visurile, aproape de oameni. Premier Energy este furnizorul tău de încredere.
We are proud to introduce EcoPact, the industry's broadest range of green concrete for high-performing, sustainable and circular construction. Building on the success of EcoPact, which we have already launched in Switzerland, Germany and France, we are now rolling it out across the Americas.
Hello and welcome to AgriFood panel. My name is Tatiana Burka. I'm from High Value Agriculture Activity, a project financed by US Agency for International Development. It is a great honor for me to moderate the discussion panel of such an important sector for Moldova as agri-food. To understand how important the agriculture is for Moldova, just imagine 3 people, and every 3rd person of working age in Moldova it is employed in agri-food sector. Agriculture in Moldova becomes more modern, it becomes more efficient, and it becomes younger. So are our guests today. We have invited 6 young people who are searching for opportunities and for sustainable development of their own companies and for the entire sector. Thank you for watching us today, and let me give you a brief introduction of what is going on to happen here the next 1.5 hours. For all of us to start from a common base, we will begin with a quick overview of sector, followed by 5 pitching sessions provided by 5 Moldovan producers. During the presentations, you may have some questions to our guests, so please feel free to use the chat function to address them. Also keep in mind that you can talk to our guests directly through the guest networking section from our online platform. So let's start. For a brief sector overview, I would like to invite Ms. Diana Lupan, the consultant for policy analysis, monitoring and evaluation of Ministry of Agriculture, Regional Development and Environment of Moldova. Ms. Lupan, you are welcome on scene.
Hello. I will to present an overview of the agri-food sector from Republic of Moldova. So, the agriculture and agri-food sector is a substantial driver of Moldova's international trade and export competitiveness. Currently, agriculture employs 39% of the labor force. The Republic of Moldova possesses the largest area of farmland as a share of its total land surface, over 2 million hectares. The agro-industrial sector is an important component of the national economy, with over the last years the balanced position with a gross domestic product share of over 21% and 42% of the total export. But also 36% of the population is trained in the agricultural works. If we talk about the farmland, it should be emphasized that over 61% is trained of Moldovan land is designed for agricultural activities. Next, we will talk about consolidation of policies related to the development of the wine sector. Grape and wine sector is imperative for Moldovan economy and is a major contributor to export revenues and to national budget. Winemaking is an essential branch of the economy. Our country is included in the list of 10 list of the top 10 wine producing and exporting countries in the world, with a considerable export to over 6 countries. Moreover, Moldovan wine accounts for 2% of the world volume of exported wine, and we received 824 distinctions at national and international competitions. As part of the association agreement signed between Republic of Moldova and the European Union, Moldova has undertaken to adapt its domestic food safety legislation to conform with European Union requirements. The important achievements of this component should be emphasized as follows: approval of a series of sanitary norms governing the prevention, control and eradication of contagious disease such as avian influenza, swine fever, Newcastle disease and brucellosis in cattle. Providing the consumer with natural and quality dairy products, establishing the rules for the detection and confirmation of pathogens in foodstuff of animal origin in order to efficiently monitor the risks they present. And another important act is a series of normative acts were approved in order to establish requirements for the import of food products of animal origin. It should be emphasized that the agricultural economic situation is strongly related to agricultural sustainability. In this connection, a number of actions have been carried out, including approval of a series of regulations on the creation, maintenance, development, management, and financing of a genetic fund of agricultural crops, opening of new missile points on the territory of the country, thus expanding the whole protected area, the construction of a technological complex for the production of devoured planting material of reed and baciferous species, and preventing and eliminating the risk of affecting public and animal health generated by animal byproducts and derived products not intended for human consumption. In the agricultural sector, the spectrum of incentives is larger. Against this backdrop, there are identified some priority areas for support and investments. So, increasing the competitiveness of the agri-food sector by producing of vegetables and fruits on protected land, stimulating investments for setting up, modernize and clearing multi-annual plantations, stimulating investments for the purchase of agricultural machinery and equipment, stimulating the establishment and functioning of agricultural producer groups. The Republic of Moldova should improve the competitiveness of its agricultural produce by tradition and historical experience in horticulture and livestock production, liberalize trade with the European Union, Turkey, Soviet Europe, and the Commonwealth of the independent states, increasing global and regional demand for slow-paced products on traditional markets, and logistical advantages given the geographical proximity, the European Union and the Commonwealth of the independent states. The design of agricultural instruments could be improved by support on stimulating innovative and modern agricultural practices, namely funding of a project for the creation of a technological line for the processing of seeds of field crops, co-financing of a project for creation of a virology laboratory for fruit crops, rehabilitation of centralized irrigation systems, investments in the creation of cattle breeding farms for the production of milk and meat, renewal of the production technological of the biological means of plant protection. So, for the Republic of Moldova, the agri-food sector is certainly more than a priority in the government agenda, and the ongoing policymaking contributes to maintaining economic stability and ensuring the country's food security. Thank you.
Thank you, Diana, for this sector introduction. We have a question from our virtual audience, and it sounds like this. What about fundraising opportunities besides international business investors? What is the access to financial services and financial support for agri-food business in Moldova in 2020?
Well, the main source of subsidies for farmers is the National Development Fund for Agriculture and Rural Environment, which is approved annually by the state budget law. And for 2020, the amount is over 1 milliard lei, but 3,000 was allocated for the consequences of the drought.
That's great. Thank you very much, Diana.
Thank you.
And I would like to invite for the first pitching presentation Mr. Darin Rajnevsky, the manager of Pros and Cons company. Darin, tell us more about your company and about your project.
Tatiana, thank you for your quick introduction. I'll not take long and jump into the subject right after congratulating the Agency of Investment and from the name of Business Environment to thank for another opportunity, one of the many, to speak to the world about our little investment projects here in Moldova. Since 1991, the Republic of Moldova, specifically agri-food sector, has went through ups and downs trying to find its niche. Some sectors are performing better. Others are lacking value added. We, at Pros and Cons, are addressing a challenge of sustainable development concept by raising the value added in vegetables and animal farming, looking to have a scalable project with lower environmental impact. It all started from the idea to have healthy food products developed locally. Hello everyone, my name is Dorin. I represent Pros and Cons. I'll quickly guide you through our story. Pros and Cons is firstly a construction company with over 20 years of experience. Since 2012, investing in agri-food industry. We do indoor vegetables. We have 9,000 square meters of modern greenhouse equipped with Spanish technologies. We do animal farming. We have a pig stable for 1,200 heads equipped with automatic ventilation and feeding lines. We are preparing now the facility for installation of a biogas station, which will be implemented within the existing infrastructure of the animal farm and the greenhouse. And we analyze the fertilizers market as a rest product from the fermentation process of the biogas. Our team consists of 6 core people and 15 functional employees, altogether counting over 20 years of experience in construction, more than 15 years of experience in piggery and alternative energy, and over 10 years of experience in greenhouse management. We operate on a quite complex market, but yet underdeveloped. Speaking of greenhouses, currently tomato market accounts 23 million euros in Moldova, while around 13 millions are imported every year, 90% of which originating from Turkey. This is happening due to limited growing capacities during the winter time. Pork meat. Pork meat demand is not yet covered by local production capacities. With the market size of 110 million euros, 13 millions are imported. The top 3 countries for 2019 being Spain, Germany, and Poland. Biogas as an alternative energy with a big potential is covering just 20% of the market needs and is having a relative high sale price of 0.1 euro per kilowatt hour produced. Currently, there are 5 cogeneration stations operational in Moldova, mostly on bioplant materials. Organic fertilizers market is showing a steady growth of 30% per year, specifically due to the increase in development of the organic agriculture in Moldova. At our farm, we grow happy pigs, offering modern housing conditions with automatic ventilation and feeding line. Our greenhouse is equipped with automatic air control system and drip irrigation, which bring authentic taste to the tomatoes. Biogas and fertilizers is a subject of further development following a unique process that has been just recently patented and published in the International Bulletin of Intellectual Property Rights dating July 2020 and awarded gold medal at the recent International Specialized Exhibition InfoInvent. We will be using a thermophilic temperature fermentation process which allow higher conversion rate of biogas and better properties of the fertilizers. We are following a classic business model, a classic retail approach focused on product quality and cost competitiveness. As a basis, we have active supply contracts with retailers, we have collaboration agreements with input suppliers, and we have intent agreements for products in development. Altogether, allow us remain competitive on a quite complex market. And we acknowledge the competitors on the market. But the uniqueness of our project relies in the synergy between its elements. The sewage system of the farm is connected to the biogas station. The biogas station will process the manure from the pig farm. the greenhouse will benefit from the heating and fertilizers produced by the biogas station. By providing this added value at every stage of the project, we ensure a better quality of the product and we become more cost efficient. Speaking of cost efficiency, quick financial overview of the existing sectors. The greenhouse is offering a profit per square meter of 10.2 euros with a return of investment per year of 15.6%. The pig farm office offers a profit per head of 31 euros with a return of investment per cycle of 15%. The biogas station is estimated to have a 12.2% return of investment, while the fertilizers market is still under analysis, as estimating to produce 150 tons. We started 8 years ago and invested 1.2 million in an empty field and an old pig stable. We are here now, and we are here now ready to attract 300,000 euros for implementation of the biogas station and 1 million euro for extension of the greenhouse complex. Investments at this scale will allow prove the efficiency of the project and further move to a 15 times bigger location, an old animal complex which requires significant reconstructions, but which offers great opportunities for development in terms of space and infrastructure. This will be the next step towards development of healthy food products locally. We are open and we are looking forward to having private talks with everyone interested in development of the agri-food sector the way we see it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dorin, for your presentation. In my understanding, sustainable, waste-free business models with closed cycle of production, this is not only about economical reasonability. On one hand, this is about cost effectiveness, about cost efficiency. On the other hand, it is about environmental protection. What about your idea? How was your idea born?
It's an interesting question. Indeed, it's beside the economic impact, there is a huge environmental impact which we are addressing through the project. It all began from a detailed breakdown during the planning and implementation phase of the segments involved, trying to identify the weak points and the gaps at the level of each stage and coming with value-added ideas in order to improve the activity. For the greenhouse, the weak points are the high costs for conventional fuels for heating process during the winter time. For the pig farm, it's the manure, which remain unused, but which has great potential to become a valuable source of energy to be used at the greenhouse. Besides, it's a successful merge of right people with right experiences, willing and eager to develop a common project.
Good people are always important.
Indeed.
Thank you very much, Dorin. Thank you for this discussion. And we are moving to our next speaker. I would like to invite Mr. Spartak Kilat, Director and co-owner of ProGrain Organic. Mr. Kilat, the floor is yours.
This opportunity. The premises for our business idea come in the period when Moldova accumulated a lot of problems in agriculture, and the idea of this problem comes from losing of the system of agriculture of the Republic of Moldova. From the other side, the modern world of agriculture start considering new approaches, new type of agriculture. So in our nowadays, the notions like sustainability, like circular farming, biodiversity, human health are more and more debated. So as a result, by 2030, the European Union decided to convert 25% of its organic area of its field area to the organic agriculture. The Moldova looking for the new approach, and our company come to support this approach, a new concept of agriculture, which we would like to implement, is coming to solve the problem which we mentioned above. So based on this, unfortunately, we learn only from our own mistakes, because the business support organization which offered us support was not substantial to understand the business reality. But at the beginning of our foundation, we trusted that Giurgiulești terminal will solve all problems of the organic farming. But later on, we noticed another reality, which I would like to talk to you now. For example, we consider that the biggest value of our company is our team. Today, 60 employees of our company can support all value chain activities, starting from organic certification until the final sales through our sale office in Amsterdam. Of course, we understand that 7,000 hectares of organic certified land represent a value. However, we understand that the next step should be like integration of these 7,000 hectares in the sustainable circular farming. Also, by our company has been developed the first important assets for organic agriculture, one for feed commodities in Giurgiulești, and another one for processing of food commodity in Florești. However, we understand that the importance of the food commodity become more and more important. Also, by our application, we created the Association of Organic Farmers and the cooperative EcoFarm, which we would like to extend the cooperation mechanism between organic farmers on the national level. All this mentioned prove that our consolidated data of investment constitutes like 5 million euro up to now. By this investment, we managed to time to promote different types of activities. We noticed that from the beginning, the only alternatives for Prograin Organic were the export of organic raw material as grains. Later on, by appearing of Florești, we developed others more important value-added activities like dehulled grains and several organic flours. So, of course, we pay more attention to the inputs for the organic agriculture. By our support, we created first organic fertilizers in Moldova and several organic seeds for different important crops in organic farming. Our strategy of development, of course, has the starting point based on the strategy applied by most important country in this direction. For example, first export which we managed was directed even to the countries like Germany, France, Austria, Bulgaria, and this proof mentioned in this table. Of course, we noticed a good growth potential for Moldova when we talk about the farmland in general in Moldova, organic farmland, based on the basic trends on the market. And what is the most important? We understand that Moldova can implement own concept of agriculture like did before the countries like Austria, Baltic states, Switzerland, and Liechtenstein. So all together mentioned come to the benchmark, what we did until now, what we should do, what are our next steps. Of course, we understand that for us the future is very challenged. From one side, we understand that we create a good platform for investment. From the other side, we understand that each investment would cost us, and for example, the investment in sustainability would cost us 3,500 euro per each organic hectare, if you go forward integration into the processing of food commodities, we need another 1,500 euro per hectare in organic. So by this all mentioned, we trust that the revenue model which we built until now can bring us the following result mentioned here. But however, we can understand that investment in sustainability and forward integration into processing would increase substantially the return on investment and the EBIT. So all these platforms which we mentioned until now, not only for our company but for the sector in general, create a platform for investment of minimum 50 million euro. However, we understand that this should be done step by step in by few generations. So actually, to support the strategy from field to fork, the organic farmers should invest in the following related activities. Of course, they are not able now to support this investment because they are long-term investment and very expensive, but necessary. So we invited you to join our commodity, and please welcome. From one side, we can offer you a platform for investment until 1 million euro for the related activities. From the other side, we should understand that we can create a bigger integrated project for the more than 1 million euro, 5, 6, 7, if you go in a forward integration into processing of organic food. Please welcome, and I think the time is up. Yeah.
Thank you, Spartak.
Yeah.
I did my homework and I found out that you have launched your company in a very difficult crisis period. But anyway, you succeeded to gather around your idea like-minded people and partners. And for the last 5 years, investments in your business exceeded 5 million euro. Tell us, why have you chosen Moldova to implement this business model?
First of all, I mentioned in the presentation, because the Moldova is a small country, we cannot compete on this stage with Ukraine, with Russia or Kazakhstan. That's why we need a special model for Moldova economy in general, like did before Austria, Baltic states, and others. So at this level, we can achieve a mutual benefit for the soil fertility, for the human health, and for in general, for increasing an image for Moldova. And let's not forget, because one company like we are cannot replace one country like Republic of Moldova in terms of promoting these initiatives and just to go together step by step to implement this.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you very much, Spartak. Thank you for coming, and it was very nice talking to you today.
Thank you.
Our next speaker is Mr. Nicanor Negru, honey producer and director of company called Regina Naturi. Nicanor, hi, and welcome on scene.
Hello to everybody, my name is Nicanor and I represent the company Regina Naturi, which means Queen of Nature. And our message to all of this is that Regina Naturi keeps all the benefits. Our company can assure you a partnership with a company in continuous developing and progress. Regina Naturi is a producer and the exporter of 100% of natural honey produced in Moldova. From starting of our activity from 2014, we developed and producing of natural honey, and now we are developing and producing of bio honey. Starting with 2016 year, we made a few export of honey in Europe. We start with Romania, and now year by year, in 2015, we had the export of 400 tons of honey. 2018, we grew up to 700 tons of honey. And last year, in 19, we get the target of 1,000 tons of honey. In this year, 2020, for us is a special one because we made the first export of packed honey to UK and to Malaysia. Our team is a great one, and I am very happy to be a part of that. We have around 15 to 20 employees, depending on the season, and our team is growing up. We have different specialists, as technicians, packers, logistic, drivers. We have sales team and marketing, and also procurement department. In our market, we have a lot of opportunities, and I will tell you why. Year by year, last of 5 years, our honey production is increasing by around 15–20%. Also, in all the world, there is a demand of bio honey and also of pure and natural and high quality one. At the moment, there is a lack of honey imports in Republic of Moldova. We have only our own production from our country. There is also lack of quotas for export honey to EU countries, which means that we can export all the production what we can produce. Our job is just to produce more, and also there is lack of taxes on Moldovan exported honey to EU countries. Regina Naturi are producing a conventional and bio honey, which is packed in different sizes and types, and also we are developing now on other types of packaging. Our market strategy is that we need to segment our selection. Also, the strategy of conquering and increasing market share, form of sales policy, and penetration to new areas of production application. Also, we need to research customers by exhibition, by event networking, email marketing, and also visiting new company and clients. Our strategic relationship of our company is a partnership with EU companies from Germany, Poland, Holland, Romania, Italy, and others. Our customers are big traders, big packers for honey in bulk, and also company and small storage chains for honey in jars, and not only. We are looking now to other importers with different products in which their portfolio is honey too. Our recent project, which we are working on, is a UK market opening. About competition, Republic Moldova is a less industrial, less urbanized territory with a good ecological index, which offers us the opportunity to collect superior quality honey. One of the strong points is that beekeeping is practiced on a village scale in Moldova. Small-scale beekeepers are able to closely monitor honey production. We have a possibility to select and separate unique floral varieties of honey, to maintain the health of bee colonies also, and to harvest the honey when it is of the highest quality. Our financial data from last year shows that we have a turnover around 34 million lei, and our profit is around 1.6 million. But in this year, we are very happy to know that this amount is increasing. Regarding investment and capital request, we are looking to cover high profitability from our bio project products, and also by developing our products and services, and the special packed honey product. And this is our contacts to our company.
Thank you. Don't hesitate to contact Nicanor. Nicanor, thank you very much for this presentation. From my work with high-value agriculture activity project, I know that Moldovan honey has a perfect reputation among European buyers. Tell us, please, what lies behind it, and how shall the sector players use this opportunity in advance further?
Yes, I can confirm one more time again that our Moldovan honey is very appreciated by European customers because Moldova is a very small country with non-industrialized, and we have a possibility to collect the very high quality one with no any kind of chemicals and with at a very high quality standards. Our honey is checked at the European and international laboratory and shows us that it's one of highest quality one. Also, our Moldovan honey is differentiated by smell, aroma, and taste than other honey which provides from different countries.
Thank you, Nicanor. Thank you for this presentation and for this discussion and for coming. We invite Ms. Victoria Ceban, the project manager in Micu and Core. Victoria, please tell us more about your company and about your plans.
Good evening, everyone. Have you ever wondered why there is a need of an organic farming model? And how can we help change the world in a better way? A little background. In 2007, Alexei Micu founded Micu & Co. It's an organic farming with more than 500 hectares. He focuses on cereals and orchards. And by implementing the rotation rule, we cultivate winter wheat, sunflower, corn, buckwheat, and many other cultures. We are very fortunate to have Alexei Micu's 9 years of organic farming experience and more than 1,000 years of expertise altogether with all the employees. 6 years ago, UN Food and Agriculture Organization stated that soil degradation was proceeding at such a rate that the world risks to have less than 60 years of harvest, which is frightening, right? Because soils are the basis of life, and nearly 95% of food comes from the soil. In Moldova, we can observe a repeating trend of 2 out of 5 years are droughty, around 40%. If the issue will remain unaddressed, we risk higher frequency of drought, river overflows, crop areas will move north, and diminished harvest. According to a study that MOFCA did, 62% of the farmers want to reduce the cost of production. In order to achieve this goal, farmers or any potential future business owner has to face the challenge of having access to good knowledge to better respond to climate resilience in organic farming. How he has to do it, what cultures he has to use. They want to see the origin of what about the consumer's needs, because they want to see the origin of how the product was made and what you will offer to help heal the planet. In this picture, we can see from the left to the right the impact of using the compost. From the left, there is the land which was nourished with compost, and to the right, we can see that is a poorer situation. Because the compost completes the natural soil cycle, and he is returning the organic material to the soil to grow a new generation of ornament. Also, its benefit is to eliminate the need of chemical fertilizers, promotes a higher crop yields for farmers, helps retain the moisture level, which reduces the need for watering. Today, we want to present a business model franchise called MeFarm. Why we think this is important? Because this is a flexible type of franchising. It will have a long-term impact on maintaining and fighting to obtain a resilient agriculture model. The added value and importance of this model is actually that it comes to solve the first question of any new business owner, which is how to do it, how to achieve it. Just like KFC, McDonald's, or any other franchise business model, MeFarm tends to offer a full functional business model, from needs to functionality. With a fixed investment of €10,000 and 10% profit, we guarantee somehow to the farmer that this is a really good business model that will really address today's needs. The first example, the first model actually, it's creating a poultry farm with an investment of around €120,000. The service life of this farm would be around 50 years with 6,000 chickens. The farmer can obtain annual grants for up to €32,000. Adding to the main business type, which is production, this type of business will need 2 more employees, and it will need around 5 years to return its investment. The second model would be a photovoltaic farm, which will need around €700,000 of investment. It will be for around 25 years with a power of 0.5. And the positive part of this model is that the farmer could have grants of €100,000. He will need 1 more employee and 7 years to return his investment. And the third one is a combination, adding orchard to the poultry farm, which will add an investment of €50,000, a service life of 15 years, and he can have a plus grant annually of €20,000, with 5 more employees and a return of investment of 5 years. Why this model is so important? Because this is a smart move to fight and prevent the severe trend of climate change by adopting a circular economy, which keeps resources in use for as long as possible, extracting the maximum value from them while used, they recover and regenerate products and materials at the end of each service life. Because we have everything in-house to have and maintain a circular economy. This is the contact information for Alexei Miku, and actually his absence today is another problem that we have to face because of the severe and dramatic climate change nowadays. Thank you.
Thank you, Victoria. We know that market of organic products is developing very quick, and the demand for organic products grows much faster than for conventional products. On your opinion, what awaits industry in close future, and what awaits your company specifically in this sector?
Thank you. This is a really good question. Actually, in the last decade, we can see really important growth in the organic in the sales of organic production, which has raised by nearly 300% approximately, and the services, which were expanded by nearly 180%, which states that the farmer has sold more products from nearly the same surfaces, while the conventional agriculture has a growth around 30–40%. So it's a dramatic one. So we expect that in the future, this is what will keep going. So the demand for organic agriculture will grow.
Will continue to grow.
And as per our company, if today and until today the percentage where the most of our sales were from the production, now around 72%. Now we want to readdress the business model and to have around 20% of sales from production, around 25% from finished products, which now is super low. And with God's help and investors' help, to have around 55% of from this new business model and from consultancy and trainings that we keep doing.
These are great plans. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
We invite Ms. Olga Guzun, managing partner and co-owner of local production company, well known to consumers by trademark Bianchi. Olga, please join us.
Good evening, dear audience. It is a pleasure for me to be here and to present an ambitious company, AGRIFOod, under the brand Bianchi. I will start the presentation with a phrase, I have a dream. In fact, this is not my dream. This is the dream of the founder of this company, Igor Golban. He had the dream to have a business. Being a young boy, answered specifically in production sector. So when he was at school, he started planting walnut orchards. So what we have today, after many years of development, it is the company under brand Bianchi that is recognized as a local eco-producer with a good reputation on the market. The brand Bianchi was created in 2017, while the business itself was created in 2005. It is a family-based business that started with the first plantation of walnut orchards in this year. The first harvest was in 2009. And the next key step in the development of the business was in 2007, when the almond orchards were planted. This orchard was the first almond orchard in Moldova in general. And another innovation in the market, it was the plantation of sea buckthorn being planted in 2009. While all the orchards got productive, they started to produce cold-pressed oil. Surely that the variety of these oils were diversified by producing it from different seeds and nuts, not only grown in own orchards. We consider that we are still a young company, but we are oriented for development. What means development for us? It is to grow production, it is to grow revenues and profit, it's to hire people, and to contribute to the development of the Moldovan economy in general. We care about health of the population, and we produce healthy products for all ages. In addition, all the products are natural with bio-certification. We consider a good advantage to explore our rich soil in order to grow qualitative products accessible for all people. In 2020, we took the advantage to extend the business by started the construction of a new production center that is next to Chisinau, with a really higher capacity and spaces than the current one. The current one is located in Ștefan Vode region, where own factory and own orchards are located. So the next step would be to increase the capacity of production and to enlarge the assortment of the productions, for which we need new equipment with the highest technologies. About our team, we are a small team, professional workers with specialized studies in the areas. The key areas are sale and production. We know how to produce, we know how to sell, and we have ambitious plans in this sense. At the moment, we are 15 people, but during 2021, we plan to grow our staff members to 75 people. We want to create organized and friendly team and to promote the values as dedication, responsibility, and transparency among our employees. About the market opportunities, we considered it's a good trend that we see in Moldova as well at the world level, the trend for consumption of healthy products, bio products. So we consider we are on the right path to take this advantage and to increase in this direction and to develop in this direction. Another advantage would be for our companies in general country strategy, Moldovan strategy, to be an attractive partner for foreign markets by implementing facilities for export, by organizing different promotive events as this one. So we are glad to take part of this event and to take this advantage to promote our company on externally. The target markets for Bianti external markets are North America, Europe, and East Asia. Why these countries? Because here the demand for this kind of products is really high, and the purchase power of population is as well at a pretty good level. To summarize the products that we offer to our customers, this is our walnut, almond, and sea buckthorn, as I mentioned before, grown in our orchards based on biotechnologies. As well, cold-pressed oils from different nuts and seeds, dried and frozen fruit. We buy and pack goods under their own brand Bianti, to increase the assortment and to meet the demand of our customers. Business model is pretty simple, established clearly and with constant improvements. We have own orchards, own factory, we rent storehouses and office places, but we plan to have own production logistics center in this sense. Our customers are local and foreign partners, but mainly local one. Up to 15% of the sales were for export, but we plan to extend. Our channels are retail shops throughout Chisinau, online platforms as Facebook, Instagram, quite successful, and wholesales, of course. And our customers are mainly individuals online platform, local producers, and foreign traders with a small retail network. Suppliers are, in main part, local producers and traders, and in a smaller scale, foreign producers. The changes that I mentioned, that we are in constant improvement of our business model, are to increase the share of export and import, to certify our products to EU standards of quality, to build logistics center for gathering strategic local producer in one place. Strategic relations that we expect to achieve next year would be production companies that will be located under one roof in one logistics center that is in process of construction. This would be local producers complementary to the products that have Bianti company, for example, wines or bread. And to be more attractive for customers being located in one place and not so far from Chisinau. Quite next, I would say. And foreign customers, of course, we want more of them, and we want to have 80% share of our sales to external customers. The competition is really strong on the market in this sense, but the Bianti company has its advantages, which we are proud of. This is a good quality products at convenient prices, certified bio products, well-recognized own brand Bianti, and future advantages that we want to have next year. Already, this is good location of future production center near Chisinau, goods to be produced according to EU standards of quality. The financial situation of the company is still modest, although all profit is capitalized in the business for increasing the activity of the company. So projected revenues for the next year is 37%, and mainly due to increase of the export. Besides our sources as profit and the borrowed funds, we need as well some additional support at good conditions. Although we have some investments that are already in process and we have identified capital for these investments, this would be investments in construction of new production center with higher capacity and convenient location in Chisinau, digitalization, of course, software for financial analysis and client relationship management, increase the number of vehicles for delivery services, new equipment for extended current production, and new employees, of course. Still, we have some plans for which we need additional support. This to find partners, and especially foreign partners that would contribute to realize our plans. And we need additional equipment for increasing the assortment of the goods to be more competitive and with higher production capacity, and specifically for frozen fruits, for which we would need some sources of financing at these convenient conditions, let's say. So this is the future project, how it will look like. I think that Bianti company is really a good and stable partner. So feel free to contact us with the different requests, proposals, and constructive feedbacks to this contact. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Olga, for your presentation. We got a question for you from our virtual audience. Let me read it for you. We all know that consumer demand on healthy products grows quickly every year on the international market, especially in current circumstances. Having this growing market in mind, how do you estimate possible growth of your company in international sales direction?
Yeah, this is true. And as I mentioned before, that this is a really good trend, right path at the development. We plan to, and we expect that we increase with the 3-5% just because the demand for these products increase by population, not only in Moldova, but as well in Europe. Yeah, so we want to take this 3-5% increase due to this fact. That would mean to increase export sales up to 50% at least in 1 year. So we have quite ambitious plans. As I mentioned before, that we're an ambitious company. Yeah, we had good experience with difficult path, and I think with bright future.
Thanks a lot, Olga. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
We are getting close to the end of our time together today. Thank you very much for watching us, and thank you for interest to such an important sector for Moldova as agriculture. We really encourage you to get in touch directly with our panelists and find out more information about their plans and about the opportunities in Moldovan agri-food sector. This is the last session in program for today. We will be glad to see you back tomorrow morning. We have some more interesting things to follow. Stay tuned and take care of yourself.